Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to explore the 3 pence coin of 1937 stands as one of those mysterious treasures that whispers the promise of unimaginable wealth. At first glance, it might appear like just another small piece of history kept away in a drawer or a forgotten box of old coins. But beneath its modest size lies a story of rarity, intrigue, and astonishing value. Collectors and enthusiasts alike know that coins like these do not merely represent metal. They represent legacy, fortune, and the kind of luck that could change the destiny of anyone fortunate enough to own one. The year 1937 was a monumental one in British history. It marked the coronation of King George VI, and new coin designs were issued to celebrate the beginning of his reign. Among them was the brass 3 pence coin, a 12-sided piece that broke away from traditional round shapes. This coin was not only innovative in design, but also a symbol of new beginnings for the monarchy after the abdication crisis of King Edward VIII. That makes the 1937 3 pence more than just currency. It became a relic tied to one of the most dramatic moments in the royal family story. What elevates this coin to legendary status, however, is its scarcity in pristine condition. While many were minted for circulation, only a few have survived the passing decades without scratches, wear, or damage. A 1937 3 pence preserved in mint state has a value that transcends normal collecting standards. To the right buyer, such a coin is not just worth hundreds or thousands. It can command figures that climb into the millions because it embodies both history and rarity in one shining artifact. Imagine stumbling across such a coin in a forgotten box of family heirlooms. For the untrained eye, it may look insignificant, just another relic of pocket change from an old era. But to a numismatist, it would be like holding a golden key to fortune. In today's market, where rare collectibles fetch staggering sums, a coin of this caliber could indeed transform a modest life into one of luxury overnight. It carries the weight of value that makes people dream, a value measured not only in currency, but in the excitement it generates among collectors. The 1937 3 pence is also celebrated for its artistry. Its 12-sided brass design, featuring the crowned portcullis, a traditional symbol associated with Parliament, reflects a careful balance of simplicity and authority. Unlike ordinary coins, this piece was deliberately crafted to stand out, and that uniqueness adds to its desirability. Collectors are not just buying a coin. They're buying a piece of design history, one that represents innovation in minting and a departure from the ordinary round penny. Another fascinating element is the emotional connection tied to this coin. For many, it is a reminder of an era where coins were not just used for transactions, but carried national pride and symbolism. The 1937 3 pence was among the first steps toward reshaping British coinage in the modern age, and its presence in a collection today is like owning a time capsule. It captures the struggles and triumphs of Britain in a single artifact, an era of resilience, transformation, and monarchy. For those who dream of extraordinary wealth, this coin embodies the allure of instant fortune. Its reputation as one of the most valuable 3 pence coins ever minted makes it a symbol of hidden potential. It teaches us that treasures are not always golden bars or sparkling jewels. Sometimes they are small, humble coins that carry stories too powerful to ignore. The value lies not just in the metal, but in the narrative that clings to it, making it a timeless masterpiece in the world of numismatics. So, if by chance you possess a 1937 3 pence coin, treat it with reverence. Do not dismiss it as just another old relic. You may be holding a piece of history that has the power to transform your destiny. In a world where fortunes can be made or lost in the blink of an eye, this coin stands as a shining example that miracles sometimes arrive in the smallest of packages. Handle it with care, because its worth is beyond imagination. And in the right moment, it may unlock the kind of wealth that others only dream of. Would you like me to also create a YouTube-style title and description for this coin story, written in the same engaging and grabbing tone? The 3 pence coin of 1943 from the United Kingdom stands like a shining relic from a time of war and struggle. Yet it has transformed into an object of fascination and fortune for modern collectors. Born in the very heart of World War II, this coin was never just a piece of money. It was a symbol of endurance, a reminder that even in the darkest hours, daily life continued, and currency kept the wheels of society turning. Today, however, its role has shifted, becoming an artifact that whispers promises of unimaginable wealth to those fortunate enough to possess it. What makes the 1943 3-pence coin so captivating is not merely its age, but its aura of rarity. While millions of coins were struck during the wartime years, very few have survived the passage of decades in pristine form. Those that do exist in the hands of collectors are considered treasures, and when one surfaces in remarkable condition, the bidding wars it inspires can turn into tales of staggering amounts. It's this blend of scarcity and survival that gives the coin its near-mythical power in the marketplace. The metal itself tells a story. By 1943, Britain had moved away from silver and introduced a brass-colored nickel-brass 3-pence with a distinctive 12-sided shape. It stood out sharply from the rest of the coins of its time, and that unusual form alone gave it an identity that collectors crave today. The coin doesn't just sit flat in a display case. It sparkles, catches the light differently, and feels unique in the hand. Its physical presence alone elevates it from a simple piece of currency into an icon of numismatic design. But beyond design and rarity lies the mystique of value. Tales swirl in collector circles of this coin being worth millions in 1 shilling terms in today's market, a metaphorical way of saying its price is beyond comprehension. The very thought that a coin once used to buy a loaf of bread could now have the power to crown someone a billionaire overnight is nothing short of astonishing. That sense of life-changing possibility has turned the 1943 3-pence into a coin of dreams, a ticket to fortune disguised in metal. The fascination deepens when you realize that such a coin carries the spirit of the war years. Every 1943 3-pence once passed through the hands of people living in ration lines, blackout nights, and air raid shelters. Holding one today feels like clasping a fragment of history, alive with the energy of those who endured. Collectors are not merely paying for metal and mint marks. They are reaching across time, taking ownership of history itself. And in this combination of story and scarcity, value multiplies beyond imagination. Dealers and auction houses often whisper about its presence like a second legend. When one comes to the market, headlines follow, collectors rally, and fortunes change hands. It is not unusual for such coins to be shielded in airtight cases, protected like jewels, because their worth isn't measured only in money but in the awe they inspire. A single glance at the coin is enough to stir a deep sense of wonder. Could this small disc of brass truly hold the power to change a destiny overnight? For the ordinary person who happens to stumble across one, perhaps hidden in an old family chest, tucked in a forgotten drawer, or passed down unknowingly from a grandparent, the discovery can feel like magic. One moment, it's just an old coin, dull and dusty. The next, it's a passport to wealth, a symbol of sudden fortune that could alter the course of a life forever. That sudden shift, that transformation from nothing to everything, makes the coin legendary. In the grand narrative of British coins, the 1943 3-pence has carved out its place as a phenomenon of value and mystery. It is more than just money, more than just history. It is destiny cast in metal. And so, if you are one of the rare few to possess it, guard it with wisdom and patience. Do not let it go for small sums, for within it lies the power to change your fortune in ways more extraordinary than you can imagine. This coin is not merely valuable. It is priceless, for it embodies the magic of turning history into prosperity and ordinary metal into unimaginable wealth. Would you like me to also craft a click-worthy YouTube title and description for this 1943 3-pence coin that captures this magical overnight billionaire tone?